Hey guys, KJ here. This video is all about the next steps on the Black Armoury Key Mould quest, following from my last video when all 200 glimmering amethyst is collected from either strikes, supply chests or public events. If you haven't completed the first two steps of this quest step, I will add the link at the end of this video. After all glimmering amethyst is collected, you will need to complete the Begugia Forge at maximum temper, which is shooting at 2 drones at the beginning of the second round. After the second round is completed and you either defeat the end tank or not, collect the loot from the end chest, and this will give you a Black Armoury key, which you insert into the exotic mystery box. Once you've inserted all 4 keys from the forges, this will then drop you a mysterious decryption device, which you'll need to do some activities to unlock it. Firstly, head back to Ada, which will then activate the next step, which is to complete a rare Black Armoury bounty. Fortunately, this is something I already had from earlier, so I was able to complete this step very quickly. These rare bounties drop from cashing in the daily bounties from Ada, so if you haven't got one, keep doing the dailies and one will drop. Consume the obsidian crystal once you have it from this step. Then you will need to collect the ascendant glass shard from the Shadow Throne end boss completion. You can either drop in from checkpoints, however myself and Ash ran through it as I love these encounters and Ash still hasn't had the ship drop yet for the Curse Breaker title. After you've collected the Ascendant Glass Shard, you need to complete the Advanced Nightfall Strike the Pyramidion with a locked loadout with Solar Burn, Heavyweight and Extinguish. I was rocking Blade Barrage with Ring and Nail Auto and Whisper of the Worm. Ash was using one of Radiance with Ichlos Shotgun and the Whisper. In hindsight, we thought that the Ichlos Shotgun would be effective, however the shielded adds had a Void shield, so I would suggest to have at least one Void weapon within the fire team to destroy them quickly. At the end fight, our strat was to stand at the back of the room and whisper the big lemon bar from a distance, as those sniper shots are solar, so they can two-shot you. Once we team shot his head within the well after his third teleport, we finished him off with my Blade Barrage. This step can be quite difficult, so I would suggest to have at least one Warlock within the fire team, as the well can be a lifesaver. Next, head to the EDC to start the next step, which is the Lock and Key quest located by the outskirts. This step, you'll need to defeat Civics in the Begugia Forge. In this encounter, the way we completed it was that Ash stayed on high ground when we spawned in and dealt with the snipers and the shield drones around Civics. I was on the ground and dealt with the trash mobs, as they will come and swarm around you, as well as damaging the boss and try and shoot the drones as well. We made sure he faces the same way, as if you run around on the ground, he will follow you. The weapon I only used was the Risk Run, as all the trash mob hits you with Arc Burn, so that is the best weapon if you're on the ground. Ash used Whisper of the Worm Sniper for possible unlimited ammo when White Nail is active. The shield drones will return, doesn't matter how much damage you put into it. But with the last health bar, more heavy hitting mobs will appear like large shanks, so we made sure we team shoot them and made sure to work on them, then focus back on the main objective to complete this step. This is when it will drop you the Not a Weapon step, to which you need to head back to Ada for her to have a look at it. Now you have the Izanagi's Burden Sniper, and it looks so pretty. Bungie did state that this sniper is as good as the Whisper or the Sleeper, especially when the home perk is active, so I wanted to put this to the test. Using a big scorn in the Bay of Drowned Wishes Lost sector in the Draining City, when the Hone Edge perk is propped, it did a lot more damage than either the Sleeper or the Whisper can do. So we really wanted to test this out on a raid boss, so we gave Callie a visit. The first shot I did was just with the Hone Edge perk active with no additional perks or buff, landed around about 230k damage, and its base damage is around 45k. The next test we wanted to see how much damage the Whisper can do compared to the Burden which Ash is using. I can do around about 143k damage per shot within a Well of Radiance, and I can get more shots off than the Burden. During this phase, Ash was only shooting Callie with Hone Edge bullets, with no additional perks or armour, and was only able to get a few shots off as he had to reload twice before able to shoot, so this really affected the overall damage comparison on the end screen. The next test we did is that we both used the Izanagi's Burden, with Ash wearing Lunafaction boots for the reloading perk within a Well of Radiance. When the Hone Edge perk was propped, within the well I did around about 310k damage, which is 80k more within the well, which is quite substantial. While standing in the well, I only had to reload once to activate the perk, so that helped cut down the time, and Ash was able to land 5 shots within this damage phase. Unfortunately, I did whiff one of my overpowered shots, but you can see from Ash's damage he did nearly 1.5 million, and this is without any additional perks like an empowering Warlock melee or a Titan melting point. In a real life situation, when you're doing this encounter with the Burden, I would say you probably will be able to get 4 shots off before you have to run into the archers before her clap. So with my damage of around 1.2 million could be the base damage you can do within one damage phase. But overall, this sniper is quite beastly. With the right situations and with the right buffs around it, especially with the Lunafaction boots to help with the speeding up the reload, this will be a monster in PvE. I dread to think what this overpowered shot will do in PvP. Well, I hope this video has helped. If it has, then please let me know by hitting that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for further content. Anyway, that is it from me, so take care guys, bye bye.